Hey guys, Harris here. So a few months ago, I bought the Canon 80D, which is basically Canon's least bells and whistles, decent value camera for getting good quality video. It really, like I said, doesn't have bells and whistles, doesn't have 4K, doesn't have stabilization, doesn't really have anything that would attract people who are looking for a feature-packed camera. And it certainly disappointed a lot of people, but what it does well, and I think that's the big aspect and big attractive feature of the Canon 80D. So it was weird to get a camera in 2018 without 4K, so that's why I didn't get this initially. I got my Panasonic GH5, but I made a video about why I'm going to sell that. I'm going to have an updated video to that coming soon. But today is my Canon 80D experience in 2018. So one of the reasons I was comfortable getting this camera would be because of Jeremy, Isaac, and Amanda, who all shoot with the 80D, and their videos look great and they do really well. And even without 4K, they create great content. So I decided to give it a try because what I was looking for more than anything else was a smooth production workflow. That for me meant autofocus, not for B-roll shots, but for A-roll shots, something that could lock focus on my face. I could move around the frame. I wouldn't have to worry about using an app and making it sync with my phone. So that's why I really liked and wanted to go with the 80D and to use my native Canon mount glass so that I wouldn't have to use any adapters like I had on my GH5 with the Metabones. So autofocus was the main reason for getting this. But then once I started using it, I started noticing all of the features that I was missing from my GH5. This will be a nitpicky video, so if you're somebody who gets insecure about your technology, you might want to cover your ears, but these are just the things that I noticed. So if you're in dislike because of that, then so be it. So the first thing I noticed was that the buttons are not very tactile. They're not very clicky. I don't like at all the buttons, how they feel when you press them. On the GH5, what I was coming from, they were very clicky and satisfying. That has nothing to do with the price of a camera. I think that should be a standard feature, that the buttons are clicky and easy to press and satisfying. Secondly, I noticed that there wasn't any type of in-body image stabilization like there was on the GH5. Shots aren't too shaky if you're using post stabilizers or if you have a camera with good stabilization, but it is not what I remembered using on the GH5. It wasn't super smooth handheld shots. There definitely is some shake. And finally, I noticed that with 1080p, I was never really satisfied with how the video looked. Again, the three creators I mentioned earlier, they all have really good videos, and for whatever reasons, I just wasn't able to get the same quality. Maybe it was just for my eyes, but whatever it was, I really wasn't satisfied with the way the video looked on here. Additionally, the frame rate options are a bit limited. There's no slow-mo on here. You're gonna have to settle with 60p and slow it down to half speed. On here, I can do 180 frames per second and slow it down for some nice slow-mo shots. And then there are the other things, like time-lapse was much easier to do on the GH5. There were more options for getting time-lapses. You could do photo lapse, video lapse. You could change the frame rate down to 2 frames per second if you wanted to do it like that. There are just a lot more options with my GH5, and I noticed it was rather limited on the 80D. Now, if I was just sticking to YouTube, I think this could be fine. However, for some of the freelance work I do, including weddings, I really couldn't use this. The lack of stabilization, the lack of the ability for slow-mo, and even just the lack of ability to shoot in 4K are all kind of things that I'd be missing out, and I think are kind of a big deal for things that are outside of YouTube, for some of the freelance video work that I do. So the Canon 80D is a good camera, but you just have to know what your priorities are, what you're looking for, and what you're going to use it for. But it just wasn't for me right now. So I am still waiting for Canon to make a 4K option with some stabilization and some more frame rates. I think with their color science and their autofocus, they can make a really killer device if they just aren't so stubborn. But for now, the GH5 is going to be my choice because of the features that it offers and for the work that I want to do with it. But at the end of the day, it is really up to what you want and what you need out of your camera. Leave a comment what you think about the 80D, whether you have it or not. I will be selling this, so if you're interested in a discounted rate, hit me up on Twitter and we can talk about that. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about this camera. Let me know what you think about this video, and we'll talk in the next one. Thanks for watching.